Hey YouTube, it's Kristen. You're watching Chatterbox Budgets. Thank you so much for joining me for a video today. It is Sunday, August 7th, 2022 at 6:45 a.m. here in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I am here to do my budget for the third paycheck of July, which was on the 29th, and that will cover the 29th through the 11th of August. And we're going to do that in the YNAB app. That's you need a budget. Okay, so this is the budget for August, but before we start that, I want to show you the paychecks from July. So it was a 3-paycheck month for me. So, and my paychecks are deposited the day before my actual payday, just because my credit union does it that way. So the dates on here are different than what my paydays were, so I'm just going to give you both of them. So the paycheck for the 1st of July, which I received on the 30th of June, was $1,308.62. The paycheck for the 15th, which I received on the 14th, was $1,483.89. And the paycheck for the 29th, which I got on the 28th, was $1,360.41. So my total income for in July, or take-home pay I should say, is $4,152.92. I did spend some of that, quite a bit of that, at least one paycheck worth, on things that I needed for my apartment. And if you want to go see those, you can go to my last couple check-ins that I talk about in there. But we do still have some funds from the other paycheck, and then of course this last one. And so we'll go ahead and get those budgeted. And I'm switching over from doing a monthly budget to doing a bi-weekly, bi-paycheck budget because mainly because I want to shake things up. I was bored with how I was budgeting, and so doing something different for a little while. But also because my rent has increased in August, and so that has created a little bit of a new dynamic for me for budgeting that I have to adjust to. And so once I get used to that, then I can go back to budgeting monthly if I want to. We'll have to see. But basically, it's kind of a combination of both. So we'll go over that in a second. So we're starting out with $3,008.80 available to budget with. And like I said, part of that was that paycheck, part of that was from the other paychecks. I put everything together into one. I did not do any budgets for July just because I was just spending the money I needed to spend on what I needed to spend it on. But these are for the next 2 weeks starting on the 29th. Okay, I guess that's a week ago. So anyway, okay. And so for scheduled expenses, which are the bills basically, we're just going to cover everything that goes until the 12th. Excuse me. So my loan payment that was paid on the 1st, that was for $160.71. And that's on auto pay. That was paid just like it's supposed to be. And then for rent and utilities, this month it was $1,686.15. So that's how much we're going to put in there. 1,686.15. Okay. I was going to do the $1,690, but I don't need to put that extra $3 in there. There's no reason to do that. So rent went up from $1,225 up to $1,617 now. But I also pay for washer and dryer rental, and then also a carport and some other stuff. It's all wrapped into that whole price. Okay, and this is electricity. So I put electricity and natural gas, I put the due date as being the 2nd of the month. That's not actually the due date because they change from month to month, but it's just easier to put them on the same date, and this was just the best way to do it. So for electricity, it was $50 this month, and that's how much we're going to put in there. I'm on equal pay, but I did have a credit because of the Cool Keeper program, so instead of being $56, it was only $50. And then natural gas, that one is $31. That one's also on equal pay. And then my cell phone is $63, so I'll put that in there. And that's all the bills for the first 2 weeks of August. Well, yeah, 2 weeks. So there's that. And then we'll go down to the unscheduled expenses, which are my flexible expenses, basically. So for flexible expenses, instead of budgeting just the 2 weeks, we're going to actually do the whole month at once because I want to have the full fund amount available to be able to do any bulk purchasing. So like for my pet supplies, I usually buy it all at once, and then that way I have everything we need for the whole month, or I will get like the biggest amount of things at the beginning of the month or whatever. So it's easier just to have the full amount at the beginning and then just spread it out over the month than it is to try to divide that weekly, just because I may go buy the dog food the first week, and that takes up the whole $50. So anyway, okay, so for food we're going to do $300. For gas, we're going to do $60. I may need to increase that a little bit because I am using my car more. I have been going to the gym in the mornings, and so that's just more than I was driving before since I work from home. But so far it hasn't been that much. It's not very far to the gym. And then household, excuse me, I apologize. Woo, boy, so sorry. Okay, so household, we're going to do $60, and that's for laundry soap, dish soap, paper towels, things like that. Personal stuff, we're going to also do $60, and that one's for body wash, deodorant, lotion, things like that. Sorry, my eyes are itchy. I have to rub them real quick. Oh, ragweed and sagebrush pollen counts are very high right now, and so I'm just rubbing my eyeballs. Okay, and then pet stuff, we're going to do $200. So, and again, I will probably use all of that at once, just because, or a lot of that at once, to do a big order from PetSmart, and then just get everything I need, and then that way it can spread out over the month. I need to get the cat some stuff. Okay, so there's unscheduled expenses. So the total amount for the unscheduled expenses so far, we've assigned $680. For scheduled expenses so far, we've assigned $1,990.86. And so nothing left of that yet so far, but we'll go over that with the check-ins. So I did break down my fees and charges into their own separate categories because I just wanted to, really. That's the main reason. But so I have monthly and annual. So the monthly fees and charges, which are mainly subscriptions. But we've got Yardi, which is 95 cents, and that's due on the 1st. That's the fee I pay for using the portal to pay my rent. And then for YouTube Premium, it was $12.85. Kindle Unlimited, $10.71. And then the only other one we have before the 12th is going to be HP Instant Ink, and that's $6.42. Okay. So we'll leave those the way they are. So $30.93 so far for fees and charges. I wanted to be able to see how much I'm actually spending on my subscriptions and stuff. And also just because they're flexible, but at the same time they're not, because I don't have to have Hulu and Netflix and all those kind of things, but I've already committed to paying them this month, and so, unless I cancel them in time or whatever, they have a set due date and all that kind of stuff, and so it's a little bit different than my unscheduled expenses. So anyway, I just wanted to have them separate. And then annual fees, which are things like car registration, my Sam's Club membership, things like that. So we're just going to start. We've got $307.01 left to budget. So Google One, this is my 2 terabyte account. I just switched this one over to annual instead of monthly. It was $9.99 plus tax for each month, and then for annual it was $107. Okay. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Okay, so $107.14, and that was paid on the 1st. And then we're going to leave the rest of these because they're not due till September. So I'm going to leave Google One. This is my smaller. So the 2 terabyte is my main email account that I use for most things. And I do have 2 other email accounts I use for different purposes, but that's Google storage. So I have, different sizes based on what I use it for. Anyway, we'll fund the rest of them later because really, because the cat stopped yawning, but also because we don't really need to have them filled right now. That's the only one that's due right now, so we'll do more with the next paycheck. Anyway, so for annual fees and charges, we've got $107.14. For freedom funds, which are my sinking funds, we're going to go ahead and put $20 in shopping. Oh no, not shopping. I'm sorry. That's not what I wanted. Nope. Not shopping. I want to put it in the home stuff. Sorry, home stuff. We're going to put $20 in there because I do need to buy a new can opener, and I need an electric can opener. Okay, so there's that one. And then, oh, sorry. Okay, so home stuff has $20. Personal care, I did have $140 in there, but I used it all, so I didn't have to assign anything because it was already there. But anyway, we'll go over that with my check-ins. Okay, so for freedom funds, we did $20. Miscellaneous funds, which would be my cash, which I have $50 in cash already, And then my contingency fund, which right now only has $15, which isn't a lot, but that's okay. We're just starting over on that one. And then HSA funds has $1,089.19. Okay, so let's go back up to the scheduled expenses. And since we have $179.87 left, I want to go in and fund the internet. That's $108.58. And then I want to fund the auto insurance. Okay, so that's all of my scheduled expenses. Excuse me, are covered now. So that means the next paycheck I get will just have to go towards the scheduled expenses for the rest of the month. The fees, the monthly fees for the rest of August, and then whatever I need to do to cover the annual fees for September, and then everything else can go to September's expenses. So we're still ahead. I don't know if it's technically a month ahead, but I do still have that the forward momentum I've been working on all year. So I am so sorry, you guys. Well, I had less than 3 hours of sleep last night, and so yeah, the yawning is not going to stop, but we'll be done soon. Okay, so we still have $4.18 left to budget. So I'm going to go down to the let's go to monthly fees, and we'll put that towards the. I don't want to fund the Amazon Blink system yet because I haven't actually subscribed to that yet. So let's do one that's a little bit higher. Well, no, let's see over there. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's put it in the fees and charges. I just go put it towards the oh, so sorry, the Google one. So we'll go put the $4.18 towards Google one. Okay, that way everything's budgeted. So everything from that paycheck, or that month, everything that I had to bring with me to August is budgeted. So that covers the 29th to the 11th. So the 29th of July to the 11th of August. I get paid again on the 11th, or on the 12th of August, and then I'll have another paycheck 2 weeks after that. So there are still 2 full paydays in August to cover my rent for September. So I have to do over $800 for each paycheck to be able to cover that, which is why I'm switching up things, because I didn't want to have to worry about trying to cover my whole entire food budget just for one paycheck or whatever. So anyway, I am so sorry. Oh, you guys, I started this video so many times yesterday, and the last one I did last night, right before I was going to go to sleep, it was just, the energy was too low, and I just was like, So anyway, here we are. Okay, so the total amount so far for this month, let me put these back together. So we've budgeted $2,166.55 for scheduled expenses. Unscheduled expenses has $680. And the monthly fees has $30.93, and then annual fees has $111.32. We didn't put anything in freedom funds or miscellaneous funds or the HSA funds. The HSA funds will be funded with my next paycheck. So, all right, that's everything there. I apologize for yawning. I can't stop. Okay, yeah. And then age of money is 21 days right now. And so, yeah, this is just, it's not very exciting, and it's not very, this is my first time doing it this way. I haven't done a budget by paycheck in the YNAB app. So one of the reasons I went to doing because I was going to do my unscheduled expenses, I was going to do them weekly or bi-weekly, but the app doesn't have an option for bi-weekly that I could find. And then also, the problem with doing weekly is, like, I go to Sam's Club at the beginning of the month. I'll buy my dog's treats, which I get like 4 or 5 boxes, and I'll buy 2 containers or 2 boxes of my protein shakes. And so that right there is over budget on each category. And so, excuse me, I could borrow for myself from future weeks because I have the money available, but instead of doing that, I'd rather just give myself the full amount and have the budget already set up. And then that way I'm just using it as I go through the month. So anyway, hope that doesn't make it too confusing to follow along. I don't think it does, but again, my brain is not really here. So that should be everything for today, and then I'll be back hopefully tomorrow, maybe later today, with my check-in for the first week of August. It's not going to be very exciting, so spoiler alert. It's just basically standard stuff. I don't plan on doing any spending anytime soon. Well, that's not true. I do have to buy a new can opener, and then I am going to probably get some ankle weights and maybe some like handheld weights to use for exercising. Oh, sorry, because I do need to work my arms and my legs more. But anyway, all right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.